Here's my team. This guy right here is called a shooter. Everybody wears a different color shirt on the carrier. Anybody in here flown an F-18 on board a carrier? Okay, good. So whatever I tell you, you'll have to believe. That's right. All right. They're color-coded. Purple is gasoline. Yellow is deck handlers. You don't move an airplane unless he says. Brown is chalks and chains. And white is safety. And there's a bunch of other colors. So they've all got colors because you can't talk on the carrier. It's very loud. And I'm sitting in there. That's actually me. This is not my command. This is when I was a major. We're called the T-boats. And there's the T-boat right there. Here's the way it works. You taxi up into there. That yellow shirt taxis up in there. And I mean, you're taxiing very slow. Because as you can imagine, the deck is small. It's got grease and oil and gasoline on it. It's slick. You're slipping and sliding everywhere. And, you know, there's a really nasty sea right off the edge there. So this yellow shirt will taxi you up. Once he taxis you up, then he'll pass you to another yellow shirt that does nothing but put you in the shuttlecock. And it's a thing that hooks onto the front of the airplane that will sling you off the front end. By the way, if you can imagine a Volkswagen hooked up to that same shuttlecock, that steam catapult, it'll throw it 3 miles. All right? You can lock your brakes in the F-18. It won't slow you down 1 knot. You just launch with blown tires. I mean, it's an unbelievable force. You're doing about 0 to 150 in a second or so. It's an e-ticket ride. It's fair park every day. All right. So anyway, he slides you up in there, and then when you get ready, and by the way, the Hornet, when you take off on the carrier, you don't fly it. You take your hand off and grab a towel rack. You do put your hand on the throttle so they don't come back. They put you up into this shuttlecock, and then when everybody's ready and the pilot's ready, everybody's giving all these thumbs up, there are kids climbing all over this airplane. There's one on the other side, 3 or 4 back here. Here's the safety guy, and this airplane's moving. This kid right here will go like this. He'll put you in tension. You might have seen this on Top Gun, but it's real. When he does that, the airplane hunkers down because now they have cocked the trigger on this steam catapult. So at any moment, you could go. So you got to be ready. Engines are up at full power and you're ready to go. And then the guy standing back here is the man. He's the one that's going to touch the deck and send you going. The last thing you do is you wipe out the cockpit, make sure the controls are good, and then what does the pilot do to signal he's ready to take off? Anybody remember from the movie? He salutes. That's right. You salute. And when you salute, that guy right there is looking at that guy right there. This poor kid on the edge is standing on the edge of the deck like this all damn day. That's his job. And right here he's got a big red button. And that button is the go button. So he keeps his hands up because I want to see his hands. I want to know where his hands are. You know, if he gets an itch on his knee, he don't itch it. Because if that hand goes below the deck, anything can happen. So he stands there like this. And when that guy in the yellow is ready, he'll do this one. You've seen this one, right, too? He'll touch the deck and he'll go, right, like that. I've seen that 371 times. The takeoff is always fun. It's that landing that gets you. So as soon as he does that, this young kid that's 18 years old looks left, looks right, and then reaches down and goes bam. And about a potato after he does that, you're airborne. So that's the way the team works. Everybody on that carrier deck has a job, and they all know what it is, and it's very specific, and they're trained. Those 2 guys flying those F-18s knew exactly where they were going. It looked like fun, and they videotaped it and all that, but they knew where they were going, when they were to be back, airspeeds they were going to fly. That's all coordinated, and you should be doing the same thing with your team. To the most junior person, if they're worth having, make them part of the team.